like to request Sri Shakti Prasad Mishra, Nivedita Chair, RKM Institute of Culture, Gold Park, our very own Shaktida, to give for our boys some motivational words or words of advice.
Om Namah Shivaya Shantaya Karanatraya Hetave Nivedayami Chatmanam Twangati Parameshwara. Om Ano Bhadra Kartabo Yantu Vishwataha. Let noble thoughts come to us from every side. My grateful thanks and pranams to the Secretary Maharaj and the Principal Maharaj for inviting me to this most sought after institution, the most sought after residential institution in India that has already scored a brilliant century and is batting very confidently. We expect double century. And like Subhaman Gill did earlier and still continuing, that is our very sincere prayer to Baba Vishwanath, to Thakur Ma and Swamiji. My most respectful, humble pranam to Srimat Swami Balabhadrananda ji Maharaj. My pranams to the monastic members present here. My respectful namaskar to the faculty members of this great institution and the faculty members of the BIT Deoghar. And our love and best wishes to future India's bright sons, bright dear boys. I stand here just to speak a few words. At first, I must refer to extremely brilliant performance by the students. I refer to the Ganesh Bandhana. I have never heard such a bandhana that has so much electrifying effect on all of us, even on the shouting brigade. And definitely, it was one of the things that one must remember ages to come. And mainly I stand here to share with you a bit of information. I don't know if you have heard about a very recently published book. I refer to William Dalrymple's The Golden World, How Ancient India Transformed the World. I repeat, William Dalrymple's very recently published book that was published in August 2024. The name of the book is The Golden World, How India Transformed the World. What does the book tell? And it has had a tremendous effect on the intellectual circle, on the West as well. Why? William Dalrymple, with evidence and facts, says that India was to everything that happened in the ancient world. I repeat, India was to everything that happened in ancient world until the invasions of the Islamists in India. And secondly, that he asserts, he says, but for the contributions of Indian mathematicians and astronomer mathematicians, the astonishing advances that we see today in the world would not have been possible. And automatically, when the book was published, there were controversies. They demanded facts and figures, which he gave, and in several interviews, he reiterates India's glorious past and says that I have still more evidences to prove. Incidentally, he quoted the 7th century Spanish Srimat, Sayyid al-Tulsi, who says that Indians are the essence of wisdom, number one. Number two, the first country to have cultivated science is India. Give a good clap. The first country to have cultivated science is India. And before that, another one, I refer to Scottish historian William Dalrymple, and before that, Michel Danino, a French historian. Now, of course, he has taken Indian citizenship. He says several times, he reiterated that whether it was technology or spirituality, whether it was democracy or ecology, science or literature, pure science or mathematics, India was on top. When? At a time when most of the European countries were steeped in ignorance and poverty. जब यूरोप के बहुत सारे देश अज्ञान और गरीबी के अंधकार में डूबे हुए थे, at that time India was on top. And then what happened? Most unfortunately, as Sister Nivedita says in a few words, she says, when Indians were in deep meditation, the invaders came and looted them. Because Indians, they could never think of savages doing so much what they did, because their mind was in a very higher level. So when Indians were in deep meditation, the savages, the invaders came and looted India, and ultimately came the British. And when the British left India, we were considered one of the poorest countries. When Swami Vivekananda had been to the West, he had to face the audience who says, India is a land of savages. What I'm talking about, common people. Even the great intellectual like Karl Marx, he also said that India is half savage. And at that time, Swami Vivekananda raised the prestige of the country. And remember, at that time, Swami Vivekananda made several predictions about India. For example, Swami Vivekananda said that 50 years from now, India would get freedom, and it did. And another one, nobody could imagine at that point of time when he said that after the British had left India, there is a danger from China. And it happened in 1962, how they betrayed India's friendship and attacked India. And the third one is, Swami Vivekananda says that India would rise to a great glory of power far more than she had done in the past. India would be more glorious. At that time, nobody would believe it. And now just see what has happened. Even when we were students, I remember we were college students at that time, the then US ambassador to India, he sneeringly said about India, what does India export? Except communicable diseases. What does India export except communicable diseases? And now, the present American government is fearful of what India and how much India is exporting to other countries. And they are trying to stall India's economy. Just 2 or 3 years back in 2023, I don't have data at present, in 2023 itself, India exported pharmaceutical products, medicines, etc., worth 10 lakh crore rupees. And here Dr. Sudhir Kumarji is present, a great person, my respectful namaskar to him. And it's a matter of great joy. For the last 10 years, Americans came to India for treatment, for medical treatment, for which of course we earn 60,000 crore. The Americans came to India for medical treatment. And India is India is the fastest growing economy in the world. And there was a time that then World Bank Chairman Robert McNamara, the older people might be remembering his name, Robert McNamara, he said that India would survive only on the foreign aid. The moment the West stops giving aid to India, India will die. And what happened? Following the Ukraine and Russian war, the people of different countries cried for food and wheat and rice, etc. And India gifted 18 lakh tons of wheat to 12 countries. 18 lakh tons of wheat to different countries, 12 countries. And India is the second largest producer of wheat and rice, while the greatest exporter of wheat right now. This is India. So we understand that India is rising. But when India will be superpower absolutely depends on the present generation. Today in the morning we had a particular program with the students of class 11. Somebody said, quoting Bill Gates in 2019 came to India and said that India has made tremendous progress in different fields and there are many trends which are astonishing. Incidentally, I remember in 2026 there will be economic slowdown in China, in America, in all the countries except India. That is the prediction of the experts. There will be tremendous economic slowdown in 2026, except in India. India will be rising and India still will remain the fastest growing economy in the world. But one gray area is in the field of education. We still cling on to that stereotype, textbook-centric learning, which we have to do away with. It is God's grace that in spite of not a very vibrant education system, many jokingly say that we don't have any education system, we have only examination system. And one has to do away with this aspect, and we have to be much more creative, much more innovative. You know that our ancient education system was based on this aspect, critical thinking, questioning. Incidentally, you might be knowing our Gita, our Upanishad are the results of discussions and debate. In the Gita itself, it is not that Sri Krishna told Arjuna, Arjuna, go and fight. Never. Sri Krishna gave great wisdom, but there was a great debate between Sri Krishna and Arjuna, and 84 times Arjuna raised questions and doubts which were cleared by Sri Krishna, and then at the last chapter, in the 18th chapter, probably in the 73rd or 74th verse, then only Arjuna says, Karishve bachanang tava. Now I will do what you have asked me to do and I follow what you have said. The core thing is this, that critical thinking is our treasure. Questioning mind is our treasure. It is not from the West. So we have to revive this aspect of questioning mind, critical thinking, collaboration, creative imagination, which is the need of 21st century. Incidentally, somebody said that when you will go to the job market, 47% of existing jobs will have vanished. That is alarming, but at the same time, new jobs will be created. And those new jobs could be grabbed by those who only have this 21st century skill that includes critical thinking, collaboration, questioning mind, etc. I do feel that you, the boys, are very much aware of it, and you will get main good use of the privileges that are given by the monks and the faculty members, and you are very much fortunate to have this particular opportunity that you have got. And the last thing I would like to say, today I was asking one boy, what are the 3 things that you like most? And what are the 3 things that you don't like? And he gave me a beautiful answer. And remember one particular thing. What I have got from him, I will share privately, but that's absolutely very brilliant. That is a student from Ludhiana, probably a student of class 6. Wonderful answer he has given. So what he said set me thinking. And I would tell you one thing. You are really very fortunate without having mobiles. आप लोग घबरा जाएंगे, ये क्या बात बोल रहे हैं? We are without mobile, we are fortunate. Yes, brother. Why? Because in India, not only in India, in different countries, at least 80% teenagers suffer from CDS, concentration deficiency syndrome. And the main culprit is mobile and their mobile addiction. Somehow, you cannot have that particular freedom and that particular evil. You are most fortunate. And I will end with one particular message to you. One Swami just told, to develop, one has to follow these principles. One is, देखो भला, ताको मत, खाओ भला, चाखो मत, बोलो भला, बको मत, घूमो फिरो, थको मत. I don't have time to explain it, but the quintessence of which is first 2:1, देखो भला, ताको मत, खाओ भला, चाखो मत. If we have drishti sangyam or jivha sangyam, the world is under your feet. Thank you very much. Thank you.
My cordial thanks to our Sri Shakti Prasad Mishra ji, our very own Shaktida. You dear boys, you are reminded of ancient cultural glorious past of our India and its present updated development. It is indeed true. Our country, India, is in the 3rd economic power. What our Swamiji once predicted, India one day would also dominate the whole world, and that has already started. So you the boys, always you do feel we are proud Indians both in spirit and verbatim. The 5-lettered INDIA was the most beloved word to our great Swamiji.